Hi everybody, it's Rolex here once again with the update on Magic Find 200 in this part 2. For the record, like for a good understanding of Magic Find 200 thing, I'm going to, running a map, a tower map or any maps that has the division card drop for the doctor or the nurse or the patience, depending on, well, I mean, the patience a little bit too much. You have to run like 500 of them or something. It's absurd for the number, and I'm not going to do that, because like, well, I mean, so I'm gonna do the nurse, and this is running tower until get all 64 nurses, and then turning it into a headhunter. And I'm not gonna sell them, I'm not gonna trade them for any currency. I was trying to sustain currency throughout any other currency or any other things that I drop. Uh, and in this part I ran 75 maps. It's not 50 maps. It's not like like I want to just run maps like whatever, and then I will just cut off what a good amount of number of maps, or I feel like I just want to make a video now, or have like a little bit of progressions and stuff like that, and a little bit of thoughts on the magic find stuff, and also the scarabs that have been go up in price or kind of expensive in the first place because people know that they are good. I once said in the past that the strongbox scarab, which is the ambush scarab, not going to be expensive. They are like quite cheap, and back in the past, even in the Scourge League, the ambush scarab was really dirt cheap. I think I can get like 70 of them for the polished version for one exalt, or even like 100 of them or something. I think it's like insane for the price of the polished ambush scarab back then in Scourge, and even in Ultimatum. They are also pretty cheap. I think in Ultimatum it's a little bit more expensive than in Scourge, but it's still pretty damn cheap. It's like 70 rusted version, rusted scarab for the one exalts and stuff like that. But in this league, it's kind of expensive, and I'm gonna go over why it's expensive and stuff like that. And I will change my strategy in next parts as well, because I kind of don't want to run a beast anymore. A beast is very annoying for me, and you have to stand there and wait for it to spawn like a long time. So I'm going to change my strategy next part, and then I will probably go up in tier in next part, or maybe not, depending on how I feel about the tier 7. I'll try to run tier 7 once, and if it's okay, then I'm just gonna go into tier 7 territory. But let's see, let's go into the results. Right now it's the character, it's level 93, by the way. It's get like a pretty good amount of XP over the course of levelings and stuff like that, like running maps. And I got the determination cell pretty fast, running determination, and then like just corrupting all of them, leveling all of these gems, right? I'm still trying to level the Hero of Ice, because the last 6 was not good. It's turned into level 19, it turned into 23 quality, or even like minus quality or something like that. It's just bad. It's not doing anything. So this is just going to be my loots. I got 6 nurses in 75 maps, so it's about like 1 every 10 map or 1 every 15 maps. I don't really remember. I don't do the math, right? You can do the math. It's okay. I mean, in first 50 maps I got only 3 nurses, and then I got another 3 in like 25 maps, so it's kind of average itself out. And I would say, though, like I've been doing this like in the ultimatum as well, with the rusted version of divination card scarab. I think in ultimatum it's worse, because I didn't even use rusted divination card scarab. I think I just ran with just Alk, corrupt, and then run with 1 sacrificial fragment, and then just boom boom boom. That's just the way I did in ultimatum, for maybe a little bit, about like 400 or 500 maps. And in those 400 or 500 maps, every 100 maps I get about 4 nurses, without any scarab investment. So with the scarab investments, with the rusted version, I should expect to see about 6 or 6 to 7 of nurses per 100 maps. So and it seems to keep up that way. Even in last league, it seems to be the same amount of divination card that I got every here and there, like every 100 maps. So I think they didn't change anything in terms of drop rate for the nurse. If you want to farm the nurse and you did farm it like in ultimatum or pre-ultimatum, I think the nurse is still the same for the drop rate. So if you want to farm them, you just like mine lately grind. This is like a good place to farm. It's still okay. It's not nerfed. It's not something like that. I didn't get any exalted orb because I just convert them into awakened Sixen, convert them into a scarab, and also like I still have like some currency to trade for exalted orb. As you can see here, I have 70 divine orb and even like 20 here, and also 20 engine orb. So there's still like something that I can sell for trade for the exalted orb. So you can definitely see that this is this strategy. It's definitely like sustain itself. You don't need to get the dimension card at all. Like it's definitely sustain itself. But this is a low investment version of the the map. You spend about like maybe 20C per map because scarab plus map. Map probably not cost anything. The scarab, the sextons, and then the cartographer Giselle, and then Valor, for example. So you get like these sorts of like initial cost, and you have to do them, right? I've been running with the Harbinger Scarab, which is kind of expensive. You look at that, in market it's like one exalt for 40 Harbinger Scarab for rusted version, and then you have the rusted ambush scarab and then rusted divination card scarab. So these three are mandatory. Like these three are the absolute pinnacle of the character. The poison, the point of character is just farming divination card, and ambush add a lot of monsters in map, and also you get like some sort of like sixlings and stuff like that as well. And also Harbinger Scarab is very, very important because Harbinger spawns so much monster that you cannot skip them. And then you just run Divination card Scarab. The Abyss Scarab, however, I will probably drop them in the next part because it's just annoying to do, and I'm probably doing something else. I don't know what to do next, what to do yet. It's probably going to be maybe a Legion, just like to add a little bit of monsters in map. But other than that, I have no idea what I'm gonna use for it. I think if Legion is cheap enough, then I can do Legion for sure. Maybe just like Elder Scarab, it's usable like in low tier map because you're not getting the new influence, types of influence map, the Searing Exact or the Eater Wall. I think those things are probably one of the best one. You don't have to use Scarab as well. It's kind of free up your slot for Scarab. You can use I probably can use the Rusted Cartography Scarab if I run a higher tier map, but at this point it's probably not. Like running CS7, like let's see if I run TS7 map, right? TS7 maps, they're not really hard to drop. Like I would say you can get a TS7 map pretty easy, so I can sustain that pretty easy. That's why I'm probably not going to run the Cartography Scarab. Let's see how it goes. I can run polished Reliquary Scarab, but because I don't have any source of like rarity, like I have 39%, it's like nothing, so I'm probably not gonna do it. And the price of Ambush Scarab going quite a bit now. It's like 1 exalt for 30 of these, so you have to just make a little bit of adjustment if you don't have the initial cost for these things. You can skip them. You just run like you just run Divination God Scarab and then the Sacrificial Fragment. You can do those. That thing is not bad as well. Like if you want to stack as much quant as possible for your map. And also the price of the Ambush Scarab is expensive because you can get secret operations. If you can get up to about 10 strong boxes in map, you almost guarantee to have one of these, right? 60% chance to be an operative's strongbox. So if it's, if you have 10 of them, you have 0.6. Yeah, it's like one of the, 100. If you have 10 maps, right, you're gonna have 6 of these, in your 10 maps. So like that's pretty good, right? That's pretty good. And then you have the strongbox being rare. You don't have to invest into them, and you add additional strongbox. This is really really nice. So the strongbox is insane, and you can also do these kind of thing as well. Donation card, duplicated currency, or the duplicated map. I think the donation card is probably going to be the best one. I don't know. But yeah, the strongbox is really really powerful, and it has like really really low investments in terms of passive on tree as well. As you can see, that you're gonna get 2 here for extra 30%, like chance to spawn an additional pack, and then you just like running with the beyonds and stuff. So you add more monsters in map. Like generally speaking, things that add monsters in map, it's going to be really really good. Also, you can run the breach as well, but breach in tower is just bad. If you run beer chamber, breach would be the way to go for me. I would just not run beast at all. I would just run breach, and then I would drop a beast like every single node. I drop all of them, and then I get fresh breach. This is probably one of the things that I would get like on breach, and maybe like this one just because maybe, but probably these 3, and then just grab the influence and stuff like that once I get into higher tier map. But now there's nothing. There's nothing. All right, there's nothing. Next part, hopefully I can get up to tier 7, and then we're gonna see how can I perform, in those high tier map. And if my character is weak or it's not strong enough to do that, then I'm probably going back down to tier 4, but we'll see. I think it can handle tier 7 though, because you don't need that much damage in tier 7. You probably need in tier 15 or tier 16, but in tier 7, probably not that much. But that's going to be it, guys, and hope you guys enjoy, and see you on the next one. Oh wait, I forgot to get an honorable mention. These items are kind of rare, so I'm just put it here. Rain of Splinter here is like 32%, right? It's like almost good roll and stuff like that. But well, whatever. That's it. Bye.